Hi, I'm Rhett, or that's what you can call me. And 2 years ago, in about mid-July of 2022, I started writing for fun. And when August rolled around and I had to go back to college, I took a break. And that break turned into months, turned into 2 years. And now, 2024, almost exactly a little past, or a little less than 2 years, I want to return because I really enjoyed writing, and I just think that there's potential for me to continue pushing it further. So I wanted to make this channel to try and both encourage myself and also document my progress. Of course, I'm talking about indie writing. If you are unfamiliar with the indie writing scene, there are a various number of platforms you can use to write. Royal Road, WebNovel, Wattpad, each kind of have their own demographic as far as what you can expect. Wattpad is a lot more fanfic. It's a lot more drama, romance, that kind of stuff. I'd say WebNovel has mostly action. There's some translations. It's action, fantasy, a lot of system novels, a lot of weak to strong, things like that. But this is where I have started. And the novel I started writing was Systema Earth, which you can find. But yeah, you can see the last chapter I published was 14th of August. I think I had just moved into my apartment. And these drafts I tried working on at various points in time, but I just never quite. These are all for the same chapter, by the way. I tried rewriting it like 3 times, but I just never quite got there. So hopefully this time, by making a channel dedicated to writing, I can keep myself going instead of just kind of backing out like I have previous times when I tried to break out of this rut. I tried setting this as a New Year's resolution goal last year in 2023. That didn't work. I think I tried again in like June, July, when I had time, when I was off work, or when I was working in the summer. That didn't work. So I want to just make a YouTube channel and document my progress. And in the future, depending on how things go, maybe it'll go from just documenting and updating to potential writing guides, tips, my perspective on writing, rating, and talking about other novels I enjoy, things like that. So if somehow you found this channel and maybe you want to follow along, I implore you to. Just hit subscribe. But more than that, I want to open up the eyes of others to indie writing because I don't think it has nearly the amount of attention that it deserves and that it needs to push it further. Admittedly, right now on WebNovel and I think other platforms, the quality of writing that is expected is quite low. The quality of writing that is generally published is quite low. Sometimes it's due to translations being poor, but it's also just people not really holding themselves to a higher standard. And that might sound harsh and rather ignorant coming from somebody who has barely even started. But honestly, if you spend any time or are a frequent reader on these sites, I think you'll know just what I mean. So I hope that I can also help inspire people to kind of push for better standards in writing. Regardless, this is going to just be the introductory video. My goal after I finish recording this is to write my first chapter back. And I've also been spending some time earlier today just working on kind of adjusting and shoring up the chapters already published. Part of the reason that I struggled and that I couldn't write is because as I published chapter after chapter, I kept wanting to make the next one even better and better and better. And it made me doubt myself. It made me feel awful about my own writing. I would have to rewrite chapters. I just wouldn't be satisfied with anything. It was a pretty terrible feeling. And it's because, like, I knew what I wanted to write. I knew where I wanted it to go. I knew what I wanted to show, what I wanted to tell. It's just that I was never happy with the pacing or the flow or things like that. So I'm hoping that now, having read a lot more, having spent time just thinking and being a different person 2 years later, that I won't have the same issues that I did back then. And maybe having a channel devoted to this will also help push that forward. Anyways, that's all I really have to talk about for this first video. I'll make another one probably after I publish a chapter or two, just to see how I feel. There are, I think, these same 16 collections are the same ones that have been there ever since. So those people probably either have forgotten that they have collected my novel or put it in their library, or they've somehow just been waiting for me to come back, which I highly doubt. Anyways, that is all I have for this video. Thanks for watching if you somehow found this channel, and if you have anything you'd like to share about your own experiences writing, let me know. But yeah, I'm Rhett. That's what you can call me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.